Alright guys, welcome back to another episode Up and Running. It's a cold and blustery day here today, but we're going to continue working on the Lincoln. We're going to take a look at the fuel tank, see if it's if anything needs to be done with it or if we can just use it the way it is. We're also going to take a look at the carburetor, see what's going on with that, and who knows what else. So stay tuned. I hope you enjoy it. Alright, I'm just taking a little bit of line here. I'm going to shove it down into the tank and see if anything's in here. Alright, I feel like I've hit the bottom of the tank. It's just a very, very tip. Maybe that much of this has a little dampness to it, so there's not much in there. Definitely scrape it out of the tank. Doesn't smell the best, it's not the worst, but it's definitely a little bit of bad gas in there. Since there's so little in there, I may just pour 5 or 10 gallons right in on top of it, and I think it'll be fine. We'll have to see if we get any crud out of the tank or what the deal was. I'm going to stick this down in there one more time and scrape it. I'm going to clean it real good and see if I come up with any garbage on the end of it. Specifically I'm looking for rust. There is a little bit.
How's it going, sir?
So what I may do is just pull the tank out. Alright, Ed was over here. We ran this down here a few more times. And, I mean, really we get very, very little crud on here. So I think what we're going to do is sacrifice 5 gallons of gas, pour it in, slosh it around, pump the gas back out. Maybe do that one more time if needed. I don't think we will. Put an extra fuel filter in and see if we get any crud. At that time, then, if we need to, we can drop the tank down. So we're going to give that a try. Alright, for now I think I'm going to pull that extra fuel pump out of there. I don't think it works anyway, just to get it out of the way. And I'm just going to stick a new filter in there so I can see what's going on, if I'm sucking up a lot of crud or not, or what exactly is going on. So that's what I'm going to do first here. Alright, I got the fuel filter right up here on the fender where it should be real easy to see, so we can definitely see what's going on. I'm probably going to wire tie it up a little bit just so it doesn't fall on an exhaust manifold or something fun like that. Alright, I'm going to fire the car up. I'm going to back it up to the doorway first because I'm sure it's going to be a little nasty. I'm going to go ahead and start the car up. I'm expecting to get some crud in there initially, just because the car's been sitting. There's got to be some stuff in the tank and in the lines and things like that. So what I'm looking for is that it clears up relatively quickly and doesn't continue to contaminate the filter. The filter's only going to collect so much stuff. Some of it will get by and get into the carburetor. So I want to get any junk sucked out initially before I go through that carburetor, so I don't start a fresh carburetor and suck a bunch of junk into it. So let's fire it up and see what happens. All right, we're gonna go ahead and fire this thing up. I got the battery on, and let's see what happens. Some kind. I gotta figure out what that is. All right, there's the leak right down there. Not sure if you can see it. You can see that fuel line hose is wet, but it's the power steering. I'm gonna try to slide that down in there a little bit more. Turn the viewfinder so I can see what I'm looking at. But it's leaking down that line right there, so I'm gonna go ahead and tighten that up and see what's going on with that. Looks like the line may have slid up the hose a little bit. I don't know if you can see it right down in there, right there. So that's probably what's going on there. So let me get a screwdriver and I'll take care of that real quick. All right, now that I know this car runs, it doesn't make any weird noises. I know it's got an exhaust manifold leak. If you run the throttle, you still get that gas that shoots up into the air. So I think at this point it's unsafe to drive like that. So I'm gonna get the carb rebuilt and then we'll continue on from there. I think I'm gonna pull it outside so it's out of the way and pull the carb off outside so the car's not taking up a spot in the shop. All right, I drove this bad dog back out here, so I'm gonna go ahead and pull the carburetor on this thing and we'll get this thing rebuilt. All right, we're gonna take a look at why I'm sending this one in. This thing is pretty crusty again. I know that's the hole right there that the gas was shooting out of. I'm not really sure why, but I'm sure something's totally plugged in there. That's probably supposed to be some kind of a vent. But if you look at the secondaries, they're even, they're not stuck, but they're, something's crusty on them. Whoops, sorry about that. Something's crusty on them and they're not opening. So I think it's better let the professionals do this. Let all the gas run out. Anyway, that's it. All right, I went ahead and covered all the holes in the top of here. I should stick something in the fuel line here yet real quick. But that way just no junk gets in there. The wind doesn't blow junk in there. Animal crawls up in there. or whatever the case may be. So anyway, we'll get that carb rebuilt and see if we can get this thing to run a little better. Figured I'd show you guys this. The guy that I know has got this. He just picked it up. I believe he said it was a 51 Plymouth Deluxe. It's a 51, right, Justin?
1950.
Oh, 50.
It's unlock if you want to.
Oh, okay. Yeah, cool.
Original motor, straight 6, I believe.
Yeah, this thing's mostly original. Like the sailboat hood ornament. That's going to wrap it up for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Come back next time. We'll continue to work on the Lincoln. Hook the battery up. All right, we'll try that again.